That as the words of my grandfather, saying that he wasn't going to let anybody else do the fighting for him, his children, his family, and his country. And as a result, that's inspired me to take up the fight for human rights in my town of Coburg. I don't know what it's like here in Sudbury, but we have an encampment where our mayor has gone after the members of the encampment or people that he thinks are using drugs, and has said that they don't have access to public services like washrooms, clean water. And I got to live through that firsthand. I was able to get involved with the Canadian Red Cross when we evacuated 18 people from Coburg with neighbors, all with neighbors, no community help with the town. We were able to evacuate people out because we had neighbors that said, this is Canada, we are civilized, they have their human rights, and we have dignity for people. And as a group of community connectors, there's about 130, 145 people that are on a Facebook group where we are an active group that are working to do what we can. Maybe it's dropping off a case of water, maybe it's taking somebody else out for lunch that says, hey, I appreciate you're doing what you're doing. I couldn't do that work, but I'm glad somebody is doing it. So I'm here in Sudbury. I want to read you another letter. This was it's about a year and a half after the fact. This is the end of a hard couple of years, and this is what the fight was for. It was written in Holland on Friday, May 4th, 1945. I love you, I love you, I love you. Dearest girl, you are quite a prophet, precious. You said in one of your letters that perhaps by the time I received it, the war would be over. I received the letter earlier today, and indeed, as of today, the war is all over as the 48 Highlanders are concerned. It is rather hard to believe, but is true nevertheless. There was no celebration to speak of. Everybody took it rather quietly, as if they were afraid it was just another rumor. The full war isn't over yet, but I don't think it will last more than another week at the most. I still can't get it through my head that we won't have to fight anymore. No digging and sleeping in foxholes, no more lying for days and nights in the rain and the mud, and that finally, someday this year, I will be with you again. Oh, darling, if you only knew how many times I prayed and asked for grace to protect me and enable me to come back to you. It wasn't so much for myself that I was afraid that I might be killed. The thought of being killed in action never bothered me a great deal, but I asked to be spared for you, for your sake and Michael's, that we would be a family. Somehow I always had confidence and belief that I would be brought through every action safely. Sometimes there were a few close calls, but I never lost faith or courage. I felt as long as you and Mom and the family and everyone else were thinking of me, it would turn out all right in the end. All I hope is that I'm home in time for Christmas and Michael's second birthday. But if we have waited this long, I guess we can wait another 6 months or so. It will be hard, my darling, but at last we can be sure. Good night, my sweetest peach pie. I love you more and more every day, and all my post-war plans are to be with you alone. All my loving kisses, your Horgy. Thank you for listening.